motor pool.
The scene opens in Bighorn Ridge, Montana. We meet Ellen Cole, a grumpy, elderly woman who lives on a quiet ranch. She refills her medicine at the pharmacy and buys a couple of boxes of beer. Meanwhile, the local sheriff, Winston, catches a young woman named Abigail stealing food from a store. Abigail has no family left because her father recently died, and she is planning to leave town forever. Sheriff Winston feels sorry for her, so he lets her go with a warning and tells his deputy, Henry, to drive her to the city limits. Henry drops her off near a gas station. At the station, two shady men named Kyle and Dwayne try to force Abigail into their car. Ellen sees this happening and steps in, offering Abigail a ride. When the men try to stop them, Ellen surprises everyone by knocking both of them down with ease. During the drive, Ellen learns that Abigail wants to travel the world. Instead of leaving her on the highway, Ellen brings Abigail to her ranch for a warm dinner and a safe place to sleep. The next day, a greedy land developer named Richard Duke arrives with his right-hand man, Mitch. Duke wants to buy Ellen's land to build a massive resort. He offers her a huge amount of money, but Ellen coldly refuses. She tells him that as long as she is breathing, her ranch is not for sale. Furious, Duke orders Mitch to get Ellen off the property by any means necessary. That night, Kyle and Dwayne break into Ellen's house to hurt her and make it look like an accident. But Ellen is ready. She wakes up and knocks Dwayne unconscious with her oxygen tank. Abigail also wakes up, finds a hidden gun, and accidentally shoots Kyle in the shoulder, causing him to run away. Ellen tells Abigail she will take the blame to protect her. The next morning, the police arrest Dwayne, but Sheriff Winston also arrests Ellen because they found illegal weed plants in her barn. While Ellen is locked in a cell, Abigail searches the house and finds a hidden basement room filled with heavy weapons, fake passports, and old military photos. Abigail realizes that Ellen is not just a regular old woman. Back at the station, Deputy Henry worries about Ellen. When he brings her oxygen tank to the cell, Ellen tricks him, steals his gun, and locks him inside. She easily overpowers the other guards and escapes back to her ranch. When Ellen returns, she tries to send Abigail away for her own safety, but Abigail refuses to leave her side. Soon, Sheriff Winston and his men surround the house. Ellen walks out on the porch and easily disarms the sheriff, knocking him to the ground. Humiliated, Winston calls for backup. Deputy Henry arrives and enters the house unarmed to convince Abigail to surrender. Instead, Abigail shows Henry a map her father kept. The map connects Duke to multiple mysterious accidents and fires at other local ranches. They realize Duke has been murdering people to steal their land, and he likely killed Abigail's father too. Before they can act, Mitch arrives with a team of heavily armed mercenaries. Realizing the danger, Ellen knocks Henry unconscious to keep him safe, and she hides both Henry and Abigail in the secret basement room. Outside, the police run a background check on Ellen's finger tattoo. The FBI reveals the shocking truth. Ellen is a former KGB agent from Russia, known as Sword and Shield. She is a professional, world-class killer. As the mercenaries storm the house, they step right into a deadly trap. Ellen has booby-trapped the entire property. One by one, the mercenaries are blown up or taken down in the shadows. Ellen moves like a ghost, taking their weapons and using them with perfect precision. Abigail frees Henry down below, and together they fight off a mercenary who breaks into the basement. Upstairs, Ellen begins to run out of breath due to her lung disease. Mitch corners her and shoots her in the arm. Just as Mitch is about to finish her off, Henry appears and holds Mitch at gunpoint. They tie Mitch up and interrogate him. Mitch confesses that Duke owes a massive amount of money to dangerous Russian mobsters. If the resort is not built by next summer, Duke is dead. Suddenly, Mitch uses a hidden tool to break free, sets the house on fire, and takes Henry hostage. With the house burning down, Ellen and Abigail rescue Henry and escape through a hidden tunnel into the forest. Devastated, Ellen watches her beloved home burn to ashes. The next morning, Ellen leads the group to a hidden truck. She reveals her past, explaining that the KGB raised her from the streets, and she never knew what a real home felt like until she built this ranch with her late husband. Now, she wants revenge. They drive to Abigail's father's old trailer and find the final pieces of evidence needed to destroy Duke's business. Meanwhile, Henry confronts Sheriff Winston and tells him the state police are on their way to arrest him for working with Duke. That night, Ellen infiltrates Duke's heavily guarded mansion. The lights go out, and Ellen eliminates the guards one by one in total silence. She traps Duke in a closet. When Mitch arrives to save his boss, Ellen confronts him. Mitch challenges her to a fair fight. Although Mitch initially overpowers her, Ellen fights dirty, gouges his eye, and kills him with his own knife. Finally, Ellen takes Duke out to the forest near the construction site. She signals Abigail, who detonates explosives at the dam, completely destroying Duke's resort project. Just then, the dangerous Russian mobster appears. Duke thinks he is there to save him, but the lead Russian immediately recognizes Ellen and bows to her with deep respect. Ellen speaks to him in fluent Russian, handing Duke over to them. The Russians drag the screaming developer away into the shadows. Sometime later, the news reports that Duke is missing and his empire has collapsed. Henry is now the new town sheriff. Ellen and Abigail pack up her father's old trailer and hit the road together. They finally drive off into the sunset, heading towards their next great adventure in Machu Picchu. If you enjoyed this recap, please hit the like button. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more action-packed stories.